Howdy, you got Frankenfoot for the second attack for the war, coming back after a long, seemingly endless Thanksgiving break, back at war, attacking this base. So, take a look at this base. I'm trying another HPHB. Again, not because it's super sexy, but because this is a spreadish base. It's not quite as spread as I would like for this strategy. There's plenty of walls in the interior to keep things busy. But if I'm looking at P.E.K.K.A.s versus Valks, I'm liking P.E.K.K.A.s because there's a lot of empty space here. A lot of room for bombs, spring traps, and what have you. And this is a fairly high level base for Town Hall 9. The guy's been around for a while. A lot of thought seems like it went into this base too. So a little wary on just dumping Valks in there when I've got this P.E.K.K.A. option that I can use here. You want to come in on, I at least wanted to come in on this side because lo and behold, I've got a queen here, I've got a king here. Kill squad's great for knocking out heroes. They'll get the clan castle lore if I send them in this compartment here. And it's a fairly big compartment, so if I can get everything to go in here, they'll want to move into the core of the base. So that'll make me happy. But it's important to get the funnel done correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a baby dragon exactly right here, out of the range of anything that can do any damage to it. He'll take this building out, and he'll start moving in this direction and cleaning stuff up. And as long as he takes, we'll say, these two out, then I can just drop P.E.K.K.A.s in the giant in the king, and they'll move over in this direction and knock stuff out. That's fine. And then I'm going to drop another baby dragon precisely right here, such that he'll take this out and then move south and take this out. And if I'm lucky, baby dragons are pretty robust. He might be able to take this guy out, who knows. I might get really lucky. And so whatever's left on this side after that baby dragon finally succumbs to that air defense, I'm going to drop P.E.K.K.A.s and what have you, let them clean up in this direction. And I'm going to drop the king and the queen over here, let them start moving in that direction. And eventually the P.E.K.K.A.s are going to wander into the realm of the king. That's not going to draw them into there, but it will take out the king. But once all these defenses are gone, P.E.K.K.A.s are going to want to move into this compartment, provided that they're somewhere over here by the time they get there. Now, I want to quickly get my queen down, because I want to get my healers down, because this dropping my phone. This air defense is going to start putting heat on the healers really, really quickly. Don't want that darn thing sitting there pounding on my my healers too much, or I'm going to lose them all. And then once they're in there, same thing I've been doing, I'll drop a rage to get them into this first compartment and through. Healers will be behind them and heal everything up. And then I'll drop yet another... Yes, what do you need?
Double XP is over.
Oh no. I have terrible news, everyone. The Pokemon Go double XP event has ended. And I was going to drop a lucky egg and get tons of XP tonight. But alas... it was not in the cards. I thought I said I was going to the 30th. I'm very sad. I'm angry and I'm sad, but I have a cookie. That makes it okay. Alright, so I'll drop a rage here. I'll get everything in here. I'll drop another rage in here. Wherever they go, try to get them to bust through this wall first. They'll want to go after the queen. The queen may very well jump over this wall, may even jump over this wall. She's close enough. And somewhere amidst all this chaos, the clan castle is going to come out, so I'll drop poisons. And again, this was a fresh hit, just like the last one, so I have no idea what's in here. We'll find out. Hopefully it's not a frickin' lava hound. I hate those things. And then once they're in there, hopefully everything should start getting wrecked, and then you'll just figure out where to drop the hogs. If the core is gutted, you can path a nice little ring form around the base, which is a good thing to do with hogs. So that was the plan. Now, I did have reservations, because this compartment is not very long. And so there's a reasonable chance, with these buildings still standing, my bowlers are going to want to move in this direction. So I'm going to want to get them down pretty fast. But I still want them to come down after the queen, because the queen is the most important thing other than the P.E.K.K.A.s to get to go into the base, because she's the thing that's going to knock out your clan castle troops. That and the poison. If a hound comes out, you're really relying on her to take something out, or if a dragon, or if something that's going to take a long time for the poison spell to knock out comes out, you really want the queen in there behind your P.E.K.K.A.s firing away at her modified Expo to take these things out. So I did recognize there was some risk there. Unfortunately, the bowlers did ultimately move in this direction, and that turned out to spell a little bit of a disaster in this attack. But we'll watch how it all unfolded. So baby dragons come out. They're doing everything they're supposed to do. Once he's under control, I drop the next one, and I zoom in all the way to make sure I'm dropping them exactly where I want. They have done a magnificent job of clearing the side of the base. He's finally getting hit by that, so he's going to finally bow out. Out come the heroes, out come the P.E.K.K.A.s. I'm trying to be a little bit patient on that, on the healers, but they're starting to take damage, so I drop them. Send in the rage. Air defense comes down. Bowlers come behind them, and originally they're moving in this direction, but they didn't knock out that air defense. That air defense is gone, and they're redirecting to this wizard tower, and then they're just continuing to walk. So the bowlers have decided to take a walk because I didn't funnel properly, and in my furor of watching the bowlers mishap, I've lured the clan castle, which, like what I apparently like to do, is a bunch of minions have popped out, which would be easily succumbed by the poison spell had I the wherewithal to drop it, which I have not done yet. And now I've lost a healer to the air defense. I've lost another one to Seeking Air Mine. So I'm down 2 healers. They're not in a rage spell. And now that they're in the interior of the base, the healers are taking damage. But the P.E.K.K.A.s have moved all the way through here and are still at pretty good health. King's right behind them. Queen's taking care of business behind them. And I'm deciding to send in the hogs. So as my bowlers moved in this direction, I did consider momentarily dropping the hogs in over here and let them try to move through the base in this direction. That would have kept the bowlers alive, but I elected not to do that because I didn't think the bowlers are going to add much to the raid at that point. They're just going to try to help with cleanup, and I'd probably nuke the hogs. So instead, I'm waiting for the hogs to come in on this direction, kind of join up with the kill squad over here, let them do some tanking, and maybe they can share a heal spell. So unfortunately, I have a knack for hitting those spring traps with the hogs. So drop a heal spell, everybody shares it, they're getting healed up pretty well. Got one more in the bank, trying to save it for that wizard tower up there, but I got a lot to get through between then and there. And unfortunately, I hit double giant bombs, knocks out a big chunk of my hogs that I had left. And the hogs just didn't have enough to get through. My queen wanders up, her ability's already gone, she wanders up that Tesla farm, almost takes out that last Tesla, but just doesn't cut it. And now we're in the same position we're in. Look at that. We've got 3 P.E.K.K.A.s in the king, wizard, 1 more wizard in the bank, 2 archers in the bank. Still got the king's ability. I've got not a whole lot of base, not a whole lot of defenses left, but I'm running out of time. I've got 50 seconds to get through this whole thing. And about right here is where my internet disconnected. And that was it. I don't think it would have made a difference. Oh wait, no, I think I still dropped that wizard. There you go. Now somewhere around here is where my phone disconnected. I don't think it would have made a difference because all I had left was the king's ability. And even if I popped that, I think there was just too much base to get through in order to get the 3-star. Oh, but man, that one hurts. This one hurts to have all that left over and to not get the 3. That's sad. That's a sad day. That's a sad day for the foot. But ultimately, I just ran out of time. Got 1 Tesla, 1 storage left, and that's it. Now, the other thing I'm thinking, HPHB is really the sexy thing right now. But what I was wondering is if instead of doing healers, let's say I try a more traditional go wipe with bowlers behind the P.E.K.K.A.s. How would that work out? Because you can swap out 4 healers, which is what I've got here, for 2 P.E.K.K.A.s, just about. And then, if I had dropped a golem. If I dropped a golem here, he would have started tanking for all this, and then I could have then wiped this building out, and then these buildings, with a wizard instead. And that's only 4 clan castle space versus 10. And the same story over here. If I drop a golem over here, if I even needed to, he'll tank for these things. and I can drop a wizard over here to knock out these 2 buildings, and that's 10. That's 4 clan castle space instead of 10. And the only problem with that is your P.E.K.K.A.s aren't going to get healed up as they move in there. But if you bust in quickly and efficiently, you'll probably have to take wall breakers because you want your golems to move in ahead of your P.E.K.K.A.s at that point. So you'll have to take in 3 wall breakers, so that's 6 clan castle space. But instead of 20 clan castle space over here, you'll have 4 and 4. So that's 8 plus 6 is, what is 8 plus 6? If I could do math, that's 14. And then, okay, I guess it's not that different. The healer's only 14 space, so you actually would have another extra 4 spaces. You'll have an extra whiz worth of clan castle space if you did the healer. So it's only 2 extra clan castle space. It's not that different. But there's a lot of bad things that can go wrong with baby dragons. If he put a Seeking Air Mine there, it's you have to have a backup plan. You're just not going to get anything done. Your baby dragon will go down instantly. And healers are just susceptible to damage. I lost one pretty quick with this air defense here. If I could have moved in more quickly with a golem, things might have been a little bit different. And the difference between P.E.K.K.A.s and Valkyries is that P.E.K.K.A.s have the common good sense to actually stay behind and move slowly behind your golem. And the other thing is, if I had dropped a golem here, I could have then dropped bowlers somewhere around here, and they would have knocked this guy out, and they would have actually moved how I want them to. They could have moved to this part of the base, knocking through all these things here, and then they would have not wandered around here. If you're dropping P.E.K.K.A.s with healers, all your tanking is accumulated in one spot, because you're not going to spread your P.E.K.K.A.s out. They're never going to come back together. And you want them together for your healers to get maximum coverage. So I'm starting to wonder if maybe a more traditional go wipe with hogs and bowlers might be a good idea. If I get a funny hair up my butt, maybe I'll try that. But let's watch the replay one more time. Let's see how long those healers lasted. So they come in pretty quickly. I lose 1 to that air defense. I lose 1 to a Seeking Air Mine, so I'm down to 2. But they're in a rage spell, and the healers in a rage spell are pretty potent. Oh, look, a witch. Look at that witch. Well, look at that former witch. Okay. So 2 of them make it pretty far into the base. Eventually they get rocked by, looks like wizard towers. Yeah. So if a P.E.K.K.A. could have, if a golem could have survived this long, which it might very well would have, it would have been just as good as having a healer come in, and it's less susceptible to traps like Seeking Air Mines, and there's just less overall that can go wrong. So I'll think about that. It might be worth considering. But let's just watch this heartbreaker one more time. Poor little hogs hitting those traps. And then it's like watching a train coming at you, but your feet are like glued to the tracks and you can't move. You just know what's happening, and it's sad. It's a sad day, but life is full of sad things. Okay, that's it. Peace out until the next time.